Hi everybody, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 7 of the MiniArt US Armored tractor or bulldozer in 1/35th scale. Okay, I've got some more parts cleaned up. I've got a number of things ready to go, so let's go ahead and go down to the bench and we'll see if we can get a little bit done today. Thanks, be right back. Okay, here's where we left off last time. Here's the engine, the transmission, and this frame. I got those tiny little oil lines cleaned up. Let me grab my tweezers here. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. Of course, still a lot of them, you're not even going to see them. You're going to see this very end and maybe that little end, and that's about it. But I'm not sure yet just how I'm going to go about doing it. What I wanted to do today, I wanted to go ahead and attach the transmission and the engine and put them in the frame and let this all set up nice, and then get the radiator lined up later after the engine is all set, and then worry about the hoses. Okay. I wanted to put this one piece, here it is. These are those oil filters. I believe they go facing up. Let me double check my instructions. Yes, they do. So this will actually go on this direction. Okay. And then the lines come from there and go down and over to the transmission, or to the radiator. But there again, most of it will not be seen. Just trying to make a little working space here. Let's go ahead and get this glued on. Okay. Alright, that's where that goes. And then I wanted to attach the transmission to the engine. And then we're going to put this in here and glue it in and then let it firm up really good. Just try and get this a good start. Parts seem to be a little loose. You know, they give you a lot of play. I might actually glue the transmission in the frame first. Well, we'll see here. Give this a couple minutes. It's starting to catch. Okay, let's get this in here. I'm afraid to touch this engine. It's got so many delicate little parts on it. This will go in here just like that. Of course, the transmission needs to line up. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get some glue on these locations. Okay. Okay. I'll put some more glue on the transmission a little bit later, but I'm going to just set this aside, and I'm not going to touch it for a while, and we'll work on something else. Until that has a chance to set up. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys? Thanks. Okay, let's see. These are the oil lines that I still have to put on. See, I've got this. Let's see, let's go ahead and change that. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. The transmission and the engine are together, but I've still got a few little pieces here to do, which I'm not going to touch until that's all set up. Then I've got this little photo etch part. The radiator and the braces, all that stuff still needs to be done. So I'm going to go down here while that's setting up. I really don't want to touch any of this while this is all still drying. And I was going to start on some of the suspension down here. Okay, so I've got parts all cut out for part 30. So let's go ahead and take a look. We've got this big spring, B36, C86, DA3 times 2, C59, and then DA12 twice. I didn't get those marked, but that's okay. All right, let's go back to the bench here. Here's all our pieces for step 30. Okay. So we can go ahead and get this put together while other stuff is drying. Here's our big spring. We've got to put this on the bottom here. Let's see. Okay. Just a little more. That should be really good. Okay. And then we've got this. We need to put these two parts on. Might have to break out the tweezers for that. Okay. I'm wondering the best sequence for this. So that'll go in there like that. And this is supposed to come up through. I don't know how that's going to work out for space. Oh, I got it upside down. That could make a difference. That could make a difference. Okay, that makes more sense. We'll do it like this. But what I think I need to do is I need to go through with this. And through with this. If I can. Okay, yep, see that's got to be really tricky. It's the way the spacing is on it. Okay, I'm just going to have to glue them in. I don't see any other way of doing it. Okay, I'll put a little glue on it and then put them in. Okay, and then these go in between. Well, yeah. Should be using my little white tack to hold the parts. There we go. That's the way it goes. Okay. Just trying to get it all square. Okay, and then this one. It's right there. There it goes. Try and square it a little bit. Okay, that's an interesting little piece of assembly there. Okay, now this will go on here, just like that. There goes our furnace. Doesn't sit quite straight. Okay. Looks just a little twisted. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's that. Still not quite where I want it. Okay. Put that aside and let it set up. And let's go look at the instructions again. So we're going to go back and call, let's see. We'll clean this. We'll call these parts assembled here. Okay, this is the belly pan, I guess you'd call it. That's going to cover the bottom of the engine and transmission. And if you can just barely see down here, here's those oil lines. No, actually they're right here. But this is going to almost cover it entirely. But let's go ahead and move on down here. What I was going to do today was start working on the suspension, the road wheels, and that type of thing, which there's lots and lots of pieces to this. But let's go ahead and start with 33, and then on 34 we've got a couple of holes to drill, and we'll let these sit up real good before we continue. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, here's the parts for 33. This is pretty simple. Just making sure I orient things in the correct direction. This goes like this, and this will go inside, just like that. Let's get that glued in. Just want to make sure that all this stuff is nice and firm, because this is what's going to hold the weight of the model when it's all put together. I got a little bit of glue on the back side. Doesn't feel like it's dropping in the slots quite like I expected it to. There, that one is. Well, I think I put it in backwards. Yep, I did. Got in a rush. Pull that out of there. And put a little more glue on it. Okay, this will go like this. Wondered why it didn't seem like it was dropping in correctly. There we go. That's got it. And I got a little glue there I can fix quickly. Let's drop a little more glue on the edges. Okay. all the way down in there. Okay. Just want to make sure it's all the way in there. Okay, I got just a little bit of glue on there, but that'll clean up okay. Okay, that's one side. Well, that's one part. Then we got this to add, and that'll go here. Okay, so I need to glue that together. I'll glue where the pins are, and then I'll come back and glue where the flat places are, where it meets up. Okay. Keep it flat. Okay. I'm going to lay this on my, you can't see it here, but I've got this aluminum plate over here. I'm going to just set it on there. Make sure it's nice and flat. And then we'll go on to step 34. Okay. Yeah, on this one I need to drill a couple of holes. This will go on the outside, like so. There's pins on the back, so there's two places here for this to drill through. I measured it out at 1.2 millimeters. Okay. Okay. Nothing to it. A little cleanup. Just a notification on the phone. Okay, I've noticed too that I've got a little bit of a burr inside here. Where's this? I want to make sure all this stuff sits nice and flat inside of here. These ejector pins are pretty good, but they do have kind of a raised edge. Okay, let's see if this fits now. Need to make sure I'm oriented correctly. Okay. Yeah, that's going to fit just fine. Okay, I can glue that on. I notice there's just a tiniest little bit of a sprue connection point still showing. This goes this way and that goes that way. Let's do it like that. Just hold it a sec. Okay, I'm going to put just a little glue along the edge here. And just a little, tiny little gap. Okay, let's hold that a second. Still a little bit. Maybe I didn't get any glue on there. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, let's continue on here. Make sure we're oriented everything correctly. This will go like this. Yes, okay. We'll put some I'll work some glue in the edges after I get it on. Just hold it there a sec. Here we go. It's firming up real nice. Okay. A little more here. Okay, that looks good. And then we've got this that'll go here, just like the other side. We go ahead and put this on first. This will go here. Okay. Okay. And this. Okay, and then we'll get a little glue in the flat places here. Okay. A little bit more up here. Okay. I'm going to let this stuff firm up. I'll set it on my aluminum plate to make sure it's nice and flat. Let's see here. Looks good. All right. This is firming up now, but I think I'm going to probably wait till next time to continue with it. This will go here. That's the main. There we go. That's the main part of the suspension. And then if you look here, whoops, don't want to lose anything. This will cover the majority of the front of the engine, and then this will cover the majority of the back. So you're really not going to see very much once it's all, I'm sorry, I'm off camera almost. You're not really going to see very much down there. And then there's another plate that goes between the two. Anyway, made a little progress today. I'll put up a couple of pictures of what we got accomplished. The left and right half of the suspension are basically just mirror images of each other. So I'm probably going to do one side on camera, one side I'll do off camera just to speed things up a little bit. But that's going to do it for today. I'll put a couple of pictures up. And we'll talk to you guys later, okay? Have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.